Hey guys, Nick Darger here again. I know we did a lot of how-tos on how to put your scooter together and how-to on tricks and a lot of different how-tos like that a couple years back. Well, they kind of got buried back in our YouTube channel, so we decided we're going to refilm them again. You know, it's been a few years, we've learned a couple more tricks, a couple new systems have come out, and they're really good for you guys to be able to learn how to maintenance your scooter and put it together. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm building one of our $295 completes that we put up online. These use a variety of parts, like this one will have the Epic T-bars and the Epic forks. Doing like the Phoenix Session wheels, the 110s. Got a TSI integrated headset on there. HIC kit, French ID double clamp, District V2 wide deck, and some Phoenix Session grips. So what I'm gonna do today is I get a lot of questions about how to install bearings in your wheels. Well, the real way to do it is with this thing right here. It's called an arbor press, and basically what we would do, set your bearing like that, and when you press down, it's just going to press your bearings in for you. Makes it really easy, and then you're done. But a lot of you guys don't have that, which I don't blame you, because why would you have an arbor press in your garage? So I'm going to show you a way to do it. You can use like a vise like this. It'll have the same concept where basically you can press your bearings in, or you can even use a bolt with a couple of nuts on it and tighten that down. It'll also pull your bearings in. So let me show you this guy real quick, how to do it with the press. Make sure you have bearing spacers in between your bearings, otherwise your bearings will break when you ride. But let me show you how it's done. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is use the vise here to tighten and compress your wheel and compress the bearing in there smoothly and of course flat. If it starts getting crooked, it's not going to sit in right. It's going to damage the lip of your wheel, and it could possibly, ruin the wheel. So I've already got one bearing in there. It's best to do this one side at a time. That way you get less, less force to push against, because you're only doing one bearing and not getting drag from both bearings. And two, that way you can focus on one side, make sure everything's going straight, and keep it all good. So first bearing's in. You gotta make sure you use your bearing spacer. You don't use a bearing spacer, your bearings will bend in and break as you ride. So make sure you put that in there. And then we got our bearing here. So, gonna set this in here. Make sure you get it centered in the vise as best you can. And you slowly tighten the wheel, slowly tighten the vise until it starts to press your wheel in. Now right now I think I'm going crooked, so I'm gonna back this off and check. As you can see, it's a little crooked. So I'm gonna try and adjust that, center it better on the vise, and try again. And so just kind of take your time, go a little bit at a time, make sure you're not going too crooked. Like here it's still crooked, so I'm going to try and press only against the bottom. Try and straighten it out a little bit. We're pretty close to being good here, so I'm just going to center it in the vise. And of course it helps the more you center it this way as well, that way the jaws aren't getting crooked and affecting the bearing. So try and line it up, center of the vise. Make sure I'm all straight. And it's going to take some time, trust me, so most good metal cores will have a pretty tight bearing race, so don't expect it just to go in super easy. You're going to have to put some muscle into it. Now I'm going to try and use a breaker bar on it, trying to get some more on. Try and get some more leverage out of it. A little bit more to go. You want to have this bearing flush, like you see here. Okay, so as you see, it takes a while, but gotta be persistent with it. And I'm sure it helps if you don't have the towels on there, but it'll scratch your wheel. But best bet was that first thing I showed you, the arbor press. If you don't have one of those and only got one of these, it'll work. But it might take some time. Try some grease and try a breaker bar or something so you could get some more leverage on this guy. So that's our first tutorial, and we'll have plenty more for you guys coming up each week. Thanks for watching, guys.